Hey guys, I'm back again. Oh yeah, so this thing behind me, it might look familiar to you, and that is because I have built it before. But the problem is there was some glitches in my original version, and thanks to Tickpy, I believe that's how you say his name, he pointed these out to me, and I have had a chance to fix them. This thing is now working bug-free. So to start off, I just wanted to, well, I should probably get it out of 5. Okay, so one of the problems was that I had these chests like this. No, I can't do that. Because, okay, just to demonstrate this. So, if I have this is how I had it before. If I have the input going into the side, and it's like this, then it will not, go through, basically, because this input is overriding this input. What I changed is something very simple. I didn't actually need to change really anything at all. So if I get rid of this and I change this off like that, as opposed to on like that, and I change it to off, right now a signal's not going through because it's not up to the full signal strength, but if I put a torch here, full signal strength, it's going through. That's all I need. Since it's at the full signal strength, it's all good. This, and this will only overpower it if it's at the very, this is at 15 and this is at 15. So instead of having it like this, just have it normal. So that's what I changed right here. So there's actually a piece of dust right here, and there is a torch, right about here, right here. So that's how this thing works, and now it's actually working like it's supposed to. So that was my first change to it. This is just going to be a change video. I'm not going to build it or anything. Actually, I might. I don't know. If I do build it, I'll only build one. I also changed this, so I moved this thing out and moved it up one just to make it a little bit more compact. Even though it's further out, it doesn't actually extend this barrier any further. But it does make it slightly less vertical in the overall design. Then this part right here is, so there's actually a dropper right here. This part right here is my regulator. So this is right here is where your water bottles go. Your water bottles go, and I have had this running, so it has been tested, by the way. So don't it should be bug-free. So I have this running. Basically what this does is, if you saw my last video, this will basically allow enough time for 3 potions to get through. Enough time for 3 potions to get through is something like 6 ticks. And 6 ticks allows one item to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth 3 times. So that will power these dispensers. And I just realized I messed up. Pretend you never saw that, because I accidentally put these in the wrong place when I changed this world from 1.7, because I was testing it there and I have a different world file for 1.7, so I forgot to change that. Okay, that should work now. Block above that. Okay, so when I have an item in here, it doesn't move. Basically what this will do is it will trigger 3 times, because that's how long the timer allows for. So yeah. So if you didn't see my last video, I guess I'll build it. Okay, so I'm only going to build this bottom one. If you want to know more detail how each thing works, I'll explain it. I'm just going to go fast for this one. So I have a comparator set up here, and this will not power unless the chest is completely full. Then I have it going into a block down here. I'm in the 1.8 snapshot, by the way. It does work in 1.7, I do believe. So, yeah, shouldn't be any problems there. I haven't completely checked it out in 1.7, but should be fine. That's not how you do it. So then I have this little AND gate set up, which I made purple this time because purple is so much cooler. Actually, it says it's light blue stain K, but you know, Mojang cannot get their colors right. Then I have block here, torch here, and basically what this is doing, this is aligning the entire circuit up. Now that I think about it, I think I might be able to compact this, but for now, this is just a working version. If I do figure out how to make this more compact, I will post it again. Okay, then I have a monostable circuit right here. It needs to have an item in it. When this is triggered, basically it will first off power yes, and then that will power a piston. This piston is a sticky piston. It's going to have a thing on it, and it will basically unpower and repower in 2 ticks, and that will allow enough time for this 3-tick, these are set on 3 ticks by the way, things to unpower and then repower this thing 6 ticks later, or just power it 6 ticks later. Then I have a torch here, redstone here, and another piston here, and this piston is the one that pushes this redstone block back once the timing is over. For this thing, there needs to be 3 items in it. 1, 2, 3. So that is basically what's going to allow for the entire thing to work, because it's the amount of time that it takes for 3 items to go there and 3 items to go back. That being said, here is the rest of the circuit. Now this is basically just 2 different sets of sort of, let's say, like aligning units, I guess you could say. So here I have these things, and this will basically, well, it won't basically do anything. It will power this this hopper, hopper, right here, so that no potions will be sucked out of it while it's still brewing until it becomes re-triggered, and when it becomes re-triggered, it's unpowering everything for 6 ticks. These 6 ticks will allow me to have enough time to power and repower and power and repower and stuff, all of the things that are needed, especially this little timer up here. Now this little timer up here is vitally important. Like I said before, it allows the thing to basically work, because it will be a regulator for the amount of water bottles that are shot out at once. So I have this dropper here, and this is my water bottle. This is representative of my water bottle storage. Then I have a cobweb here. This cobweb keeps the water bottles aligned so that they will fall straight down. These cobwebs are replaceable with hoppers, but I just like using cobwebs because cobwebs are so much cooler. And nobody ever uses cobwebs for anything except for timers, so I wanted to use it for item aligning. Don't hate on hoppers, cobwebs, guys. That's the moral of this story. Then these are going to be your items. You're going to go in inverse, so it's going to be nether wart, then whatever your other potions are in this order. So basically, this is your first ingredient. This is your last ingredient. Not all of these need to be filled, and it's not actually necessary to fill all of these. And it will be aligned when it's dropped into here. You can also use a little chest setup if you would like to, so that you can save on hoppers. I'm just doing that for the time being. So to continue, the other part of this is the timer. The timer is enough time to brew a 5-piece potion chest. A potion that takes 5 ingredients. That's how long it is, and if I would recommend, just to speed up the process, each one of these is basically representative of 1 ingredient. So if you're brewing an ingredient with 4 items in it, then just take out 1 thing, whatever this is called, 1 cobweb. If you're doing it with 3, another cobweb, and so forth. So that will basically speed it up to the correct speed. that you want it to be at. Then I have right here, this is not necessary, but I just don't like using so much redstone. And so I can replace that and it's still tileable. So it should all be good. You need this on 1 ticks or 2 ticks or whatever, it doesn't really matter. Basically what it needs to do is it needs to power this for, I think, 1 tick when it is going through, and that will basically make everything go. In case you didn't see, well, you probably did, that just made everything trigger because that is equivalent of me throwing through an item. So other things to note, so that's 3 items. This needs to be filled just with as many items as you can, so that it will continuously go longer. If you fill all of these droppers up, it will brew 700 or 1,760 potions until it needs a refill, something like that. You also need to put an item in here, otherwise the thing won't have anything to activate it. Another thing you should add to make it actually work is this block here, because that will actually trigger it, and you need to have it put 1 block further back, otherwise it will power this and this. Yeah, so that is basically the edited version. Thank you, Tiki. Sorry if I totally botched your name, but that is all for today. If you want more in depth, I will also post my video about the original one right underneath this. These are just the edits for it so that it works. I would recommend watching that video first, just so you can sort of get an idea of what the different components are doing, because I explain it a little bit more in that video, even though it doesn't work. The things that I added in this video are just that, and changing this so that it's not like that. The reason that I moved this is to make it more compact, and also so that items don't double trigger. Basically what could happen is if you filled up a chest and then pulled out a chest and then filled it up again or something, it would basically double trigger. I think that will still happen, but the chances of it happening are a lot less likely due to the brewing time and stuff like that. So that's why I put that there, and it also makes it slightly more compact. That's all for today. Thank you, Tiki, for pointing out those bugs that I had. I hope you use this, because it is the, I think it is the only, I could be wrong, please leave a comment if I'm wrong. I believe it's the only fully auto potion brewer, as in fully auto, it will keep on filling up until these chests are entirely full. Without, basically it's the only fully auto potion system, I think. Oh, and you also need to put a hopper here, without needing a decoder for which one, and it can brew every single type of item, every single type of potion at once, so that technically makes it more efficient, sort of. But yeah, so thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please post them below. If you find any bugs, also post them below. I may hate you for it, but it's for the good of redstone. Thank you for watching. Bye!